Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the Midlands to London on Transport Fever 2. In today's episode we're going to be continuing with the Reading build and we're going to be building the Reading West approach, which is going to be a quite complicated build by the looks of things. I knew the Reading approach was quite complicated because it's been completely redesigned. As I said in the last episode, we are building Reading as it looks today, not how it looks in 1998, which is the current year, I think, or is it? Yeah, we're still in 1998. I think I've paused the date just for now, but I will be building how it looks today just because it's easy for reference and it's just easier than coming along and then rebuilding it later on. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. But before we just go any further, I've just got some Patreon trains to name, my kind patron supporters who support the channel. The tier 2 and tier 3 get a train named after them every 6 episodes. So we've got the Exo Hunter ATL Express, and it really is a proper express train this time, as we've got the Class 43 and we've got the Transport Gamer Express as well, another HST there. I'm pretty sure there is a First Great Western Class 43, but I mustn't have subscribed to it unless it's not supposed to be in the Dynamic Lines livery quite yet. I'm not sure if in 1998 we had the Dynamic Lines livery, but we've got them on anyway just because it looks nice. If not, then we'll just move time forward a little bit until we unlock that particular livery, but we've got that one for now, which will do the job. So yeah, that's that, and he's just passing Slough on his non-stop trip through towards Reading, which is where we're going to be starting our next mammoth build. I've already had a little bit of practice of this just because I wanted to make sure I could make sure everything is in the correct orientation and make sure I can actually build the junction, which is going to come out here and then go off towards, we are going to be building Didcot Parkway at some stage. I think that's going to be the terminus for like the Great Western services, but it's also handy for the Oxford services which are up here. So we need to build the Didcot junction, so we may as well build the Didcot Parkway station, right, which is over there. So let's try and build this junction, which, like I said, is how it looks today. So it's going to have a lot of grade separation and whatnot. So first things first is actually to get these boxes in place. So these actually are really accurate for how this junction is. These sorts of arrangements seem to be really popular now with Network Rail for grade separated junctions. I'm not entirely sure why these box structures are so popular. Maybe they're just cheap and robust, but they do seem to be quite popular. They do seem to be quite over designed, but never mind. First things first, we need one which is, where is it? About here. Is it? Yeah, and then I think I'm going to sink it down. So yeah, I have already experimented a little bit with these, so I am kind of placing them where I originally placed them before, but I'd only just kind of experimented a little bit. So we want one, where is it? So we've got, just trying to make sure it's all lined up correctly. So it wants to be lined up with these 2 tracks, I think. Obviously we haven't got the full amount of tracks within the actual station itself, the full number of platforms, but I will try and recreate this as faithfully as possible. So it wants to be there, it wants to be just about there. I'm going to sink it down until it starts generating the beach texture, just to kind of give us a little bit of a head start, because we do need to get up. We're not doing catenary yet, we're not going to be electrified at this stage. Adding electrification later on is easy enough. It's just like coming back and rebuilding this junction would be pretty difficult, so we're going to be doing that straight away. So that is wrong straight away. Right, we want what do we want? Track construction, one of these. Top layer of tracks wants to be 3, and no, that's lower, no, upper 3, that's the one. Chuck that in there like that. These really do make things so much more straightforward with grade separated junctions though. Like, yeah, it just makes life a little bit easier. I don't use them all the time, I just use it kind of when it's relevant and accurate. And then we've got these 2 tracks coming off here. I want to join together like so. And then we've got this that comes off here, does it? Towards Basingstoke, and then just connect that into there. I think that's accurate-ish. And then we need, so I've put in another bay platform on this just to make this a little bit more accurate, and because it just works with the actual junctions that we've got to try and put in. So we've got a switch there, a switch there, and then this, oh no, not that one, this bay platform here connects to that, and then another track kind of comes alongside and then straight into the Basingstoke branch junction like that. Right, so far so good I think. It's just trying to make head nor tail of the actual drawing that I've done and make sure everything's looking accurate. So I think what I'll do is I'll have 2 tracks along here just to give me a starting point, because I think these are, which ones would these be? I'm not sure. And then we want a track, so we've got these 2 here. Want one that links up with this. We've got multiple vehicle conditions is poor. Never mind. Right, get this, just put that into there. Yeah, a little bit of a curve, so we are going to force those tracks out a little bit further than they should be, but never mind. And then one of these tracks here join up with that, maybe, possibly. Oh, I've broke something. Why have I broke something? I shouldn't have. Never mind. I think if I just turn him round, yeah, that's fine. He just got a little bit confused because I was building track in front of him, and then another piece of track just straight into there, I guess. Yeah, that particular arrangement isn't actually accurate, but I think we will have to take that just because we haven't got the correct number of platforms. So we'll put a switch in. No, we won't. What will we do? We'll have one of these coming off. Again, not actually, no, we'll have it coming off from about here. Just want a little stub, and then obviously lower it down just so we're not glitching through there. We just want that nice and level. Yeah, that'll do. And then another track alongside perhaps into there. Yeah, that's the only problem with not having the correct number of platforms is, you know, you don't end up with completely accurate junctions, and that looks weird. Let's try that again. So bring that alongside. Yeah, we've got a weird bit of a curve going on there. Can I just put that into there without it looking weird? And then we'll have these 2 switches here, as long as they don't look horrible. There's no glitching going on. Yeah, that looks fine to me. And then these 2 can go off. And then that is, from here on in, once we've got that kind of first bit done, it is actually accurate, I hope. It should be anyway. And then we want a little bit of track. Can I push the ground texture down a little bit? Maybe if I take that height. Just want to see if I can try and force a bridge. Can I go down any further without generating water? We've got a little bit of beach there. Don't really want, I mean, it's not the end of the world having the beach texture because I can just paint over it, can't I? Maybe if I just do a little bit of a box and see what that does. Yeah, generating a bridge. Good. Although having said that, I think I will just take this because we've got to get another grade separated junction in. So we've got this track here. Actually no, I'll flatten all this down. Ignore that. This track here wants to come down to ground level, which it has done. That's easy enough. And then we want another track construction. So this time we want to flip the separation. We want 2 tracks. Actually no, we don't. The lower tracks wants to be 1, upper 2. And it wants to be something like that. I think we need to put a bit more angle on that. Well, a lot more angle actually. Maybe a lot more on that. No, that's far too much. 36, something like that. I think that should work. Again, this junction is probably, given the scale, elongated, but it's just the way things have got to be just to get everything in place. So can I get from there to there? Too much. It's just asking too much. Like, bring that down to about there. That should be fine, shouldn't it? Too much curve. Really? Bring you down to there. Too much curve. Right, okie dokie. Let's put a little bit more of an angle on this track building, track construction. 30. Try that. Push this down a little bit again as well. Try that. See if I can just do it in one foul swoop. Can I? No, not from there. From there. Yes, that's good. And then across here is generating a embankment. And it could really do with being a bridge, I think. So this is where I want to push the terrain down a bit. So I'll take that there, and hopefully we can generate a a bridge across here just to make it more accurate. It's not letting us generate a bridge. Maybe having these boxes actually down a little bit isn't so helpful. I think we'll try that again, although we would have lost our angle, wouldn't we? Let's try these boxes again at a bit higher, at ground level basically. So let's flatten this off, get rid of those two junctions there, put our box in. So I can't remember what sort of, so upper 3, lower 2, spin that round like so, and then we'll have it about there. I think we need a bit more of an angle on that one as well, so let's try that. I think, I'm not sure if we're going to be, I think, yeah, we are going to have to tab down. Actually, the height of the box itself as well can be a little bit low, in 9 meters, so I think we will tab it down a little bit, about there. Is that gonna go up to there? Ooh, I don't know. Don't think it is it? Oh no, it is. Is it? No, that's horrible. that's pretty bad. So let's see. I mean, if I build it straight from here, it's going to look horrible, isn't it? That switch is just going to look really... Actually, no, we'll take it, I think. Actually, get rid of this track here. I'm going to have to redo that. And then if I actually redo this switch here rather than that one, then if I just do a little bit of a stub, and then if I just bring this track... Oh no, it doesn't like that, does it? Can I just bring it alongside, maybe? Let's... Oh, what have I just deleted there? It did the... No, I don't like the way that looks at all now. That looks horrible. Get rid of all this, and that, and that, and that. Bring that round. And then... Where did this go? I think this goes into one of these. Does it? I've forgotten now. Just kind of start from scratch because I've deleted so much. Get rid of all these switches then. So we've got this main one coming off here. And then we've got... Have I connected up the right track there? Don't feel like I have. These two here, these two farmost ones. We've got the two middle ones, and I've deleted stuff there as well, haven't I? Yeah, let's delete everything and start from scratch, because I've just confused myself, which isn't difficult. And that comes off onto that, doesn't it? I think. Yeah, and then this one just basically straight into there, I think. And then we've got these two tracks here. So one swings round, so yeah, that swings onto there. Good. And then you've got this, that swings out, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting so confused with this. It wasn't, it's not that complicated. Right, so, well, it is quite complicated. And then we've got this switch here onto there. No, not onto there. Onto, say, about there, maybe. And then we've got another, well, that's that switch. Yeah, that's fine. We'll have that one a bit further down. We'll have that kind of parallel. No, we've got, yeah, that switch there. And then that switch there. Right, I think that's it. And then we've got this second bay platform into there like that. And then we just basically, this comes down towards Basingstoke. Hopefully. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Right, so that's that bit done. And then we've got these two tracks here. So these two basically come in, and then we've got one that splits off. Where was this bit of track going? So this was one of the ones that was going to the grade separator junctions. So we've got that wants to join up with that, does it? Get rid of all these junctions again. So this one here, this piece of track wants to join up with this one here. So we'll have a switch. Oh, didn't think it was going to let me do that then, but yeah, good. And then I think, what have we got going on? Got another switch here. Yeah, I've got enough room, I think. And then another switch. Can I just do that in one bit? Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I think too much. Oh, damn. Yeah, these tracks need to be slew over a little bit, I think. Yeah, I knew this was going to be quite tricky. Right, so I think we'll get these tracks in first. So just so we've got the curve, because it's not letting us, well, it's just the curve there is just a little bit tight, isn't it? So we'll get those two tracks curved in until they're like parallel with those ones. Good. And then we'll have that track into there. Just make sure that junction looks okay. It does. And then we want you to meet up. So these two tracks want to go around the top like that. And then this one wants to merge in to that like so. And then this one also merge in alongside. Actually, no, we need a switch. And then for that to merge in alongside. Just kind of zoom in, just note this is looking pretty... Oh dear, oh dearie me. No, that looks hideous. how am I going to do this? Because we've got, that is quite a big height difference, isn't it? Maybe if I bring the track up to that height. So maybe if I flatten from about here, isn't it? That's where the height difference is being generated. And then if I just put in 2 bits of track, just running alongside each other for now. And then this can merge into the side of that, not from there though. No, so if we come off there, up, merge, zoom into the junction just to make sure it looks alright, that looks okay. Get rid of these tracks that we've put in, just kind of swing them in. And then this one here wants to swing in alongside as well. Can I just get away with that? Let's just take a look before we commit to it. I think that looks alright, I think, just about. And then can I get a switch in? Oh, I can, just squeeze in a little switch alongside, and then can I swing from here into there, which I can. Right, so this bit here isn't actually super accurate, but I think it's a good starting point. And then these 2 tracks can kind of just go off, do their own thing. And then these, are you going to let me generate a bridge? No, you're not. So I've got to push the terrain down a little tiny bit. Try and get it to generate a bridge between the 2 grade separated box flyover things. So you want a little bit of that. Bring this down so but generating a bridge now anyway, that's good. So that's at the point where it's at ground level. Just trying to get the heights before I put the next grade separated junction. So what was it? It was something like minus or plus 30, wasn't it? I want to make sure we're getting this correct. So upper 2, lower 1, something like that. I think maybe a little bit further away just to give us a little bit of wiggle room. And then immediately after that there is another grade separated junction or another flyover, like so, maybe a little bit further away actually. I think I'll just a little bit further away on the flat. Would have liked a bridge there as well, I think, or would I? Let's just double check. No, I mean these two junctions do actually immediately go into each other. Track construction, like so. I think that's probably more accurate. But let's just see if we can work with that. First things first though, try and get this track from here to there, which it has worked this time. Good, we've got a little bit of kind of track there. Can I just, yeah, have we got any? Well, let's just take a look at this. If I put that in there, go to assets, retaining walls. Can I put a retaining wall in there without fouling that piece of track? I can. It just hides any glitching that goes on, you know, with the ballast. The track starts to lift from the ballast. It just hides that a little bit if you can put a retaining wall in. So that's fine. And then from here, we want to flatten off this terrain to give us our nice bridge. Is it going to give us a bridge? I hope it is. We'll do the far track first. We're going to be using some concrete bridge. I think that one I used. And then is this going to generate on a bridge alongside, which has good. Yeah, I think we're getting there slowly. Right, so then we've got these 2 tracks here. I think I'll just move that one out of the way a little bit. Like so. Yeah, should be fine. That one offshoot again goes off to Basingstoke, and they will merge in together. And then this track here, then we do have another. We have 6 tracks at this point. So what happens here? So one of these splits off from the Great Western Main Line. I think this is, isn't it? Is it? And then we'll have another switch in there, and then this second piece of track comes from this spur here. Not really worried about the speed too much at this stage. I just want to try and get the junctions all in, and then we've got these 2 tracks merging into this. So yeah, I think I'll just extend these tracks off. Oh no, these won't be the Great Western Main Line up and down fast. These will be like the local or the Oxford and freight as well, won't they? And so this one wants to merge into the side. We want another. Would have liked a bit of 39. It's quite a slow switch, isn't it? Yeah, I think I do need a little bit of separation. I know it's in real life they are kind of really close together, but it's just to get this junction to look a little bit better. So what I'll do is just have a little bit of embankment, and I'll just paint it concrete or put retaining walls on it, just to give these a little bit of separation. And then we'll go back with our track construction, put that grade separated building in there, building junction box thing, and then swing that in like that. And then we want these basically, I think want to swing straight in to those tracks, maybe a little bit quicker though. I mean, I'm not sure what sort of services are going to be using these junctions yet, but I do want these, and then we want 2 switches that slew over to those ones like that, and then I think we've got it. Let's just finish off with the Didcot bit. So not Didcot, we're miles away from Didcot yet. The Basingstoke branch. So where's Basingstoke's over there, isn't it? So I'm gonna get this pointing in that sort of general direction. Those 2 tracks on there, and then I think these ones here just kind of merge straight in. So I think if we just, this curve's a little bit like elongated, a bit lengthened, elongated, yeah, it's the right word. Probably a little bit bigger than it ought to be given the scale, but we will take it, and then we want to switch on there and then a switch on there which joins into one of those 2 tracks. Can I do that so it looks a little bit, that's better. And then one of these, so 2 tracks alongside each other, merge those in together, and then there's a piece of track that comes off like so. Yeah, and that's actually relatively accurate. Now the only thing is we need to bring these 2 tracks down. So again, we want to push the terrain down just to force it to generate a bridge alongside here, just until we get to about, I'd say about here. And then we want to start curving up towards Didcot by this time. So let's, I think we'll do these 2 centre tracks here actually to about there. I mean, the speed at this point isn't really that important, I don't think, but we want to make sure it's we've got a reasonable sort of speed. And then from here onto there, and then we want our concrete bridge structure. And then I think we've kind of pushed this, yeah, so we're starting to, oh, that's going quite slow at that point, isn't it? Can we do that a little bit? Let's get rid of all this track then. So we're at ground level now, curving towards Didcot, and then these tracks here just kind of merge in. Construction not possible. Right, if I press C, just, oh, why isn't that? That's hideous. One of those, like that, and then we'll do another one of them. I don't want to get rid of too much track here actually. Can I just, right, okay, we'll just do these 2 junctions again. It's not the end of the world, we'll do all those junctions again. Right, so I'll get this track merged into the Great Western Main Line. Nope, done the wrong ones there, haven't I? These 2 tracks merged into the Great Western Main Line, like so. And then we'll do a really hideous junction now. Can we do that a little bit better? You just would like a really nice smooth junction coming off there. Yep, that looks fine, I hope. Smooth that curve off a little bit and then merge those into there. And then straight into there. It's still a bit of a curve, but yeah, we're still doing 68 miles per hour as well. Never mind, I can't see trains really going that fast at this stage anyway. And then we wanted these 2 switches right across. I'm pretty sure that's how these switches work. No, not like that. Get rid of that. So from here, right across. Right across? Right across. And then another one parallel to that, across. And then we've just got the 4 tracks then that go off towards Didcot, and then with a little bit of smoothing, it should all look fine and dandy. A little bit of paint, a little bit of work with the retaining walls and whatnot. Connect that up to Didcot, and then I am going to build Didcot. I think I might do that as an episode. I hadn't really given it much thought, if I'm honest, but I think it is needed. I might try and recreate a bit of, because we've got like a lot of depot going on there. There's a big Reading Railcare depot as well, which I might try and recreate a little bit around here on one, like on this side here possibly. But I'll put Didcot station in, and then basically this will be the terminus for the services. And why is that track separated from the rest of the tracks? And why have I just deleted the wrong track there? That's because I put it alongside. So we've got our 4 main tracks. Get that into there. A little bit of work, I think. Yeah, we'll take it because these 2 tracks are going to be the up-down fast anyway, and not that we're going to be going that fast between Reading and Didcot to really concern ourselves too much. But let's just zoom in a little bit just to make sure we haven't got any hideousness going on. They all look, how do these 2 look? That merge in, they look fine. These all look fine. Yeah, you've got to zoom right in before you kind of commit to these things, because when you do the train journey, it really does look hideous. You can look like from here and you think, oh, that looks fine, and then you zoom right in and it looks really, really bad. But I think actually, given the complexity of the junction, this doesn't actually look too bad. I think I'll take that. So it's semi-accurate. I think it's pretty close to how it is in real life, so I'm pretty pleased with that actually. And yeah, there's Reading West and all the junctions that come with it, so I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.